These early Psalms of David give the impression that life was often bleak for him, with enemies on every side. He's even in danger from his own family. Perhaps not deliberately so, but many are also in danger from their families today, hence the strong advice that we do not visit even our own family members. Again, we do not know the precise circumstances out of which this psalm arose, but the distress David expresses is very contemporary. He looks for strength while exhausted. He looks for his life to be saved. He is worn out with grief, and his tears are unrelenting. But he knows that he will prevail, because God hears our weeping, and our prayers will be answered. Psalm 6 is a prayer for help in time of trouble. Lord, don't be angry and rebuke me. Don't punish me in your anger. I am worn out, O Lord, have pity on me. Give me strength. I am completely exhausted, and my whole being is deeply troubled. How long, O Lord, will you wait to help me? Come and save me, Lord. In your mercy, rescue me from death. In the world of the dead you are not remembered. No one can praise you there. I am worn out with grief. Every night my bed is damp from my weeping. My pillow is soaked with tears. I can hardly see. My eyes are so swollen from the weeping caused by my enemies. Keep away from me, you evil people. The Lord hears my weeping. He listens to my cry for help and will answer my prayer. My enemies will know the bitter shame of defeat. In sudden confusion, they will be driven away. Our situation is somewhat different than that of David, in that for most of us it's not evil people whose presence we will seek to avoid. It is instead those who love us, and this in itself is a cause for weeping and exhaustion. As hard as it is, we know that we can face the difficult days ahead, though, for we have a God who understands our distress and who hears our prayers. And yet the coronavirus is not the only hidden danger that some people face. So spare a thought today for those whose own loved ones are indeed a danger in other ways. In days of social distancing and self-isolation, those who are vulnerable because of domestic abuse will find themselves even more exposed. And in days of separation, those already struggling through loneliness, addiction, or from mental illness may find themselves cut off from their networks of support. So remember all who are worn out with grief today, and know that God does indeed listen to our cry for help, for ourselves and for others. A prayer. It can seem easy, Lord, to ask for help just for ourselves. This day we ask that you bless those whose lives are made more vulnerable, not just by difficulty getting to the shops or being unable to go to work, but because of the dangers of abuse or the loss of support upon which they depend. May our weeping be with all who weep, that our prayers may be their blessing. Amen.